Welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. We took a bit of a hiatus last week. My daughter was born last Monday, so about 7 days ago. Her name's Claire, and she's wonderful. Our 3-year-old Vivian has really enjoyed the time with her. So people are asking me, "Hey Chuck, are you still in business?" Absolutely. Just because I had a daughter doesn't mean anything stops in the business. My job is to make sure that people still get helped and everything happens in the right way. And we've got a great team to help with that. And so yeah, as it's always been, if I have some time away from the business, then it's always top priority to be with the family. Now, a couple ways we can help you. You can come for a tour of Milton if you just check over to that side. Join us for a tour. You have a great time. Probably go see about 3 to 5 homes, and it'll give you a real good sense of the kinds of homes in Milton that match your price range. You can come meet me at Starbucks if you have questions about how much do things cost, what about my specific situation, what's the best thing for me to do. We can definitely do that. And you can come to a buyer class. We just released the date for the next one. It's February 11th, and it's on a Saturday morning. I always like the Saturday classes. I find they have a real nice pace to them, and the sun's shining, and everything's all good. So definitely take us up on one of those things. And we have 26 listings. So my day back, I've got a huge list. I'm going to get right to it. The first one up is 235 Bronte, number 63. It's at 269. And so it's a townhouse. Nice offset tiles here. These guys have done a lot of work in the home. The glass cabinets, the backsplash, the stainless steel. You've got some good looking floors here. Bathrooms. Even those closet doors, the retro ones are the ones that they ripped out and they put the new modern closet doors. So very, very nice. I think they're going to do quite well here. Hasselfeld is at $349, and it's Anatomy Bolton. It's 1,275 square feet. Looks like you've just got the one driveway spot because you can see the sidewalk here. Kind of like a sepia tone in these pictures, but you've got your kitchen with the eat-in. Then there's a dining room here, and then there's a living room just off to the side. It's kind of an L shape. There's your dining, there's your living room where the photographer is, and you can see it right there too. So a bit of a wood deck. And beyond there, I mean, it looks like a good home. The finished basement's probably going to add about $10,000. So there's been these models that have definitely sold close to $340. So I think altogether, the package, they're doing pretty well. California shutters, nice little bonus there. Rule is at $393. When you think about what semis are going for, I mean, to see a fully detached home like this is certainly a nice thing. And it's only 1,200 square feet. There's only one full bathroom in the house. You've got some nice hardwood floors here. The kitchen looks good, although that to me sticks out like a sore thumb. I talk about it a lot, and you can see the rest of the home. Again, it's not huge, but it's big enough. And the walkout is a nice little bonus feature to have. So if you finish the basement, it could be a real nice, lots of light coming in and everything else. So $393 to me seems like a pretty good price for these models. They typically, I've seen them sell around the $380 mark, and they don't look as nice as this. And the walkout, let's say it adds about $10,000 there too. So that's a good listing. Evans Terrace is at $409. And so what you see, like if you actually look at the Google Maps on this one, that's the house there, and you've got 2-car parking in the driveway. Now right across from here is Dairy Road. So you can see there's a 4-lane road, there's a divider in the middle, and so your kids on Evans Terrace, it's a very quiet street, so you could, quiet in the sense, you obviously hear Dairy, but quiet in the sense like there's not a lot of traffic. If you don't live on Evans, there's really nobody that goes on Evans, so your kids can ride their bike in peace, and it's a really nice community. It's one of the first phases that Anatomy built, but you're going to hear the road, okay? So if that bothers you, maybe this isn't the right home for you, but it's a terrific floor plan. It's one of my favorites. I can't remember the name offhand, but it's 1,735 square feet, and you've got a couple rooms in the front, separate living and dining room, and then you've got a big family room with the kitchen opening up there too. Okay, so plus you've got a finished basement, which I definitely think pushes this one past the 4 mark, and lots of nice features. You've got a little bit more mature trees in the area. It just has a different feeling than the stuff over at Derry and Scott. So that's a good listing. I like that one. Rego Crossing is at $419, and it's a 1,382 square foot detached home. And the upgrades are certainly there. Granite countertops, stainless steel appliances. And we recently sold a model The same floor plan, a little bit different. They open it up and everything else, but these guys have chosen the right price. Upgraded countertops in the bathroom, and there's a little nook upstairs. Very smart layout. Very, very, very nice. I would take this home over a larger semi personally any day. I think it's got a lot of benefit there. Okay, so Martin Street, it's a bungalow. It's 445. I don't know much about it. There's no photos. It's 56 by 124 foot lot. It's got a finished basement, so it's really going to depend on the quality of the home. If it's half decent, 445 definitely seems like a good price for it. Willow's at 449. It's a side split in Dorset Park, 60 by 120 feet. Whenever I see Willow, I make sure it doesn't back onto Steeles, which I don't believe this one does. It says it fronts on the south side, so the neighbors across the street would. And so just a lot of nice upgrades in here. The design, the kitchen's been renovated, and I think this one has a lot to offer. Bathrooms have been done, and neutral colors, all the rest of it. Really nice stuff. So these guys are going to do well. Jervis Terrace, 484.9. So this is a Quincy corner. It's got a living dining just over to this side. And then the other wing of the house has the kitchen with the family room. And then there's 3 bedrooms upstairs. And there's a 3 and a 4 bedroom elevation. More common to see is the 4 bedroom. And these are interesting because around last year, spring, summer, even through the fall, they kind of capped out at about 475, 480. And what we saw was a big push towards the end of the year. They were getting, some got over 5, some got a little bit less than 5. So at 484.9, I think they're certainly competitive, and I think they're going to do pretty well. They have a nice elevation here with the stone in the front. So I think that's the right price compared to some of the other sales. Okay, so Donnelly is at 489, about 1,900 square feet. And you've got a finished basement, good looking upgrades. It's a Powell model. It looks like there's some California shutters there as well. And so there's your basement. Just really unique features here, and having the walkout is a good thing. Now, the one thing that may hold these guys back is the walkout goes to the backyard, and there's this big high fence there, and then behind the fence is James Snow Parkway. So I think you'll definitely hear the noise from that street as well. Beyond there, I have no complaints about it. I don't think it's like a rockin' deal. It's okay. I mean, somebody may negotiate a little bit off of that price. Featherstone's at $525. You get a 4 bedroom here, double car garage, no finished basement. I don't know much about it. It says Jefferson model. I'd have to dig through the old floor plans to figure out. So wait for the photos on that one. Dice Way is at $539, $425. Last model that sold, this particular model was at $520. Didn't have a lot of sort of staging, didn't have a lot of zip to it, but it had hardwood on both floors, it had granite countertops, it had a premium lot, it had a big sort of pie shape. So if you're comparing to that sale, these guys are sort of out to lunch, but I don't know, there's a lot of these sort of 2,500 square foot homes that are up in the 540s. You can see the next home is actually very similar. You have to put your fence in as well. And they're nice. I mean, they've got nice upgrades and everything else. There's this one on Lederman, kind of the same thing. And you've got the mismatched cabinets in the island. Not sure if that has a lot of staying power. And I'm not sure if I like the white island compared to that. But that's all personal preference stuff. The home sort of spokes out. It's got different rooms from the kitchen. It's hard to explain. You'd have to look it up there. It's one of the Mattamy Spirit plans. Excuse me. And so at $539.8, kind of in the same category as the previous one. I look at something like Higginbotham, which I think is down to like $510, and it's a little bit smaller than these guys, but I think that there's a lot of value there for $30,000 less. Tupper is at $539.9, and so in here, a bit of a different style. Feels more long and narrow, these ones, compared to some of the Mattamy ones, even though they're both on 36-foot lots. You've got the dark, or kind of a cherry hardwood, I guess you could say. There's your second floor family room, and then you also have the 4 other rooms. Probably not my favorite listing in this price range. Robarts is at $564, so now we're getting into probably a couple hundred square feet bigger, crossing past the 2,500 square foot range, and so you've got some nice dark hardwood floors. I actually like that glass block. I think that's a nice look. Some people find it's a little dated. I think it's pretty cool. You've got your iron pickets there. You've got upgraded counters and backsplash, door inserts, and you've got a pretty good sized lot there. It's 105 deep, so you're getting probably 15 feet more than most of the other 36-foot lots. Good first impression, and there you go. I think this one has a lot to offer. Leech Landing, 574, 786. This is a kind of a big little home. It's actually not a bad size. I think it's 2,800 square feet. And the problem is that it looks very small. Look how small that room looks. It doesn't even look like you could fit a bed in that room. So I find the way this is photographed, I don't know if they're just wider images that have been shrunk horizontally, but it doesn't look as big as I have a feeling it would look in person. So this probably gets lumped into the category of go to see it, and you'll probably be more impressed than the photos in the gallery there too. Okay, so there's that one, and we've got Stag Garden. It's at 580 and 4-bedroom. Again, kind of the same price or same size range. 2572 is this one here. Glenwood. It looks like it has nice upgrades. The Newgate, which is the old Glenwood, it's a little bit smaller, but we see those selling in the 520s, 530s, up to 540. So when I look at the differential there being up at 580, they have to be really good in order to hit up there. I think that one's a relist. Fourth line is at 579, about 125 by 200. Open the place up. I mean, there's a lot of nice upgrades in this one. For a country home, I think it has a lot of advantages. It's on gas heat, which again, will probably save you some money compared to oil or propane or anything like that. And it looks like it has 5 bedrooms, so probably some of those are down in the basement. Nice first impression, though. I think it's close enough to town if you're looking to not be way out in the country. This one's a good distance from Milton. So nice listing. I think the price is good too. Robertson, $599. Robertson is known as one of the best streets in Old Milton. 62 by 118 foot lot, and you can see you can park 3 cars right in the driveway there. Nice upgrades inside, the granite countertops. So you're getting that thing that everybody looks for, which is the Old Milton property with kind of the new modern upgrades and features and everything else. So these guys have done some really nice work in the house. Might need a little bit more just to kind of get it up to somebody's sort of 10 out of 10 level, but it's certainly a very, very nice looking home. $599 is a good price for it as well. Okay, so Cochrane is at 6099, and it's again sort of 2,800 square feet. A little bit more sort of pimped out upgrades. You got to put those appliances in. There's a microwave, but there's not the rest of the appliances. When someone's forking out this kind of coin, you got to put these appliances in. This seems to be the theme for 2012 so far, and it's a good looking home. Lots of competition in that sort of 580 to like 640. There's a lot of homes for sale, and some of them are obviously on this list too. Wallace Way, I've seen this one. It's at 6099. And what you're getting with this one that a lot of the ones the competitors don't have in the price range is you've got this nice sort of media room downstairs, all the wiring's built in, everything else. So you have some finished area in the basement. They put a lot of work into this home, and I used to be able to say it's walking distance to Blockbuster, but that's no longer true. But it's a good little location. It's not far from the Mattamy Sales Center, and it's a Melville. It's a stone church. They have a couple different names for this particular home. About 2,800 square feet, not including the basement. Add that on top. So nice stuff. There's like in-ground sprinklers. There's a lot of little things that these guys have done in this home that I think are really going to work to their advantage. So Gooch Crescent is 619, and so we've got a great looking kitchen here. And nice open concept feeling. I love the lighter cabinets here. I think it just sets the place off. And so it's a hazelnut. You've got this little turret, and then the master upstairs also has a little turret, and it looks like more of a hand-scraped hardwood design. Great photos, great presentation on this one. You've got the wainscoting through the upstairs too. So wonderful stuff. 619. Probably the closest competitor to this one is the one at 894 Yates. That's a little bit higher priced and it's a little bit bigger. They're both really bringing the fire. So Stout Crescent 629, you look at something like this, again very similar size, but it just doesn't have the upgrades to compete. I think they're going to have a real tough time with this one. The kitchen looks good, but I think just the hardwood floors, they're not playing at that level that the previous one in Yates are playing at. So Robertson, there's one here that listed over the weekend. Really excited to see the photos here. We're talking about a big 146-foot deep lots. You're talking about backing onto parkland, and you've got an in-ground pool. You've got all those things that a buyer really is putting on the wish list for the old Milton property. So wait for the photos for that one. Savalinas at 638. And again, kind of fits into that category of that sort of 2,800 square foot home. You got some glass cabinets, glass shower. You've upgraded the countertops here. It's just, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that are really sort of rocking out in that range. Peregrine is at 659. I thought this one was already sold. It's a pretty big bungalow, and it's got a loft upstairs, and they've done some nice upgrades in the kitchen. Some hardwood would help, but I think that this floor plan, this layout is fantastic, and it backs onto a ravine, and that's one of the shots that I don't see in these 9 photos. I think you have to be overt about something as great as that, about backing onto a ravine. And compared to what else is sold, I think about the one on Stewart that sold maybe 4 months ago, and these guys are in a great place. Okay, so Tuxford is a Tothberg, 3331 square feet, and so it's on a 56-foot lot. This floor plan won Model of the Year from the Greater Toronto Home Builders Association years ago. They don't make them anymore, but they're wonderful floor plans. It just seems like there's a lot of stuff in this home. Like I think about all this here. If some of the stuff was cleared out, more isn't always better. I think that if they simplified, they would have actually showcased some of the things in the home. You would have seen the floors, the appliances, the cabinets, which are really the strengths of this home and the things that buyers are actually going to get when they move in. We've seen some really nice models like this one selling in the 630, 640 range. So at 674, I'm not denying that this place is wonderful. I just think that they're fighting some really tough sales. So that's the list for today. Okay, so we went through 26 homes, and again, if you want to take us up on one of those offers on the side there, feel free. We'd love to help you. And have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.